Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Whatever time you're watching this, we are back with another video, as you can see. And today I want to talk about the No Kings protest, and I want to also talk about the illegal immigrant civil war. Civil war. I said silver war. What is a silver war? I don't know what a silver war is. Okay. Yes, but we're gonna talk about the No Kings protest and the Civil War. Because one, I'm gonna start off with I don't understand it. I don't understand the No Kings protest for one, right? Okay. You have millions and millions and millions of people marching, rallying a No Kings protest, right? When we don't have a king. We don't have anybody that has the power of a king in power. So a lot of y'all are gonna hate this. I know I'm gonna have a lot of people that probably agree, but it's pointless. There's no point. Now I'm gonna have to go back and look this up for myself, but I don't think a protest has ever got a president impeached. I don't think so. You know, maybe it's changed some minds, maybe it's, done some good for communities and things of that nature, but I don't think it's ever got one president impeached. Now don't quote me on that. I'm gonna have to go back and look that up for myself, but I don't think so. So the fact that you have all these people, whatever political party, I would doubt that they're Republicans, because the Republicans voted for Donald Trump, and even maybe some beforehand Democrats voted for Donald Trump. Me personally, I'm gonna state this now. I'm not Democrat, I'm not Republican. I'm gonna just get that out of the way right now. So with that being said, I'm from the outside looking in, because I'm truly for we the people. Because honestly, I believe that politics, in my opinion, you don't have to agree, but my opinion, which I'm entitled to, is politics is just division. That's all that is to me. It just gives you a reason to point fingers at people and say they're responsible for the reason my life is not going the way that it should. Okay? That's just one angle to look at it. But for you to go out and protest, spend your time, away from work, or you get off work, or you wait to get off work and go to attend these rallies, it just shows me and a lot of other people that you don't have a mind of your own. Okay? You don't have a mind of your own. You don't think for yourself. And it's truly sad to see that there's more people, millions of people, not thinking for themselves instead of trying to find a solution, right? So you don't agree with the policies of Donald Trump. You don't agree with the things that he's doing. You don't agree with him getting illegal immigrants out of the country. And I understand, right? Because you're entitled to your own opinion. You're entitled to your own beliefs. I have no problem with your beliefs. I have no problem with your opinions. But the problem is, we're doing stuff that's pointless. And we're saying we're going to do stuff that it's not going to make a difference, right? So I was watching this video of this No Kings protest, right? The same people that say, I don't want military in my state, in my town, in my county, in my city. I don't want them there, right? But on the same hand, those same people are committing violent acts at these protests. So, for somebody that says, I don't want military, or I don't want anybody enforcing the law against my city, or it's illegal to bring military in counties and cities and states and all these things, right? What are you doing? So what you're doing is legal, right? What you're doing is smart. What you're doing is justified, right? Pushing people over, beating them up, harming people because you don't agree with their policies or their ideologies is ignorant. It's truly ignorant. It is. It's dumb. And for all you people that got out there and thought you was changing something, you didn't. Yeah, you made it to the news. You destroyed your reputation. Because you don't look any better than the illegal immigrants when you're out here committing crimes and actions that are going to ultimately hurt you in the end. Think about that. And now we have people talking about, I'm not going to get EBT food stamps for 1 month. Because of the government shutdown, not thinking, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should wait and see if the government's going to open back up before we decide to just crash out. But no, you're infatuated with committing crime. So instead of calling it a no kings protest, or instead of calling these things, protest for peace and for this and that, because ultimately you protest because you want peace, you want things to change, right? So I'm going to rename it the mental health protest, okay? Because that's what it is, right? It's a lot of people that are mentally unstable, mentally fragile, that are going out, committing acts that are not going to change anything, definitely not going to make anything better. That's one part. Now, you're not agreeing with the policies of Donald Trump and ICE and the immigration. It's saying that you want illegal immigrants to stay in the country because they done nothing wrong. Okay. Myself have met illegal immigrants, have talked to them, right? Have worked side by side with them. So I'm not speaking from a place of inexperience or I just don't understand. I do understand. I understand completely. But also the people that I've met, I've talked to, I've worked side by side, have admitted they came here illegally and they knew exactly what they was doing. So, what it is a lot of people don't want to take accountability for the actions that they have done. And as morally wrong as it seems, those people know they're doing wrong. Now, for the immigrants that came in the country, worked, got their visa, got their stuff, got their documentation handled, much respect for that. A lot of respect. I met a guy, and this is a true story. I worked with him. And he got deported. He came to America. He spent $10,000 to get here illegally. He got deported. He came back a second time and spent $10,000 to get back. 2 months he rode in the back of a truck in the dark to come back here illegally. And I thought to myself, man, all that money he spent on getting here illegally, did he even think to start trying to get his visa, his green card, to work on it? Clearly he didn't. He would rather get caught, get arrested, get deported, than to try to apply himself legally. And that's not everybody. But I have an issue with that. I have a problem with that because of the simple fact that there's a right way to go about it and there's a wrong way to go about it. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're not great people on both sides. Excuse me. I'm not saying there's not good people, good working people, people that know how to do their jobs correctly. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is they're not here legally. And that is the problem. That is the same problem that Donald Trump has. And I don't agree with a lot of stuff that he may say sometimes. But what difference does it make? When you're right, you're right. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Okay? Anything else outside of them being an illegal immigrant here illegally, you want to protest about that? Sure. If he's going after the immigrants that are here legally, let's protest. Let's rally up. Because those are American people. Let's rally. Let's protest. Let's get signs and stuff. Let's do all that. Let's kick down the doors. Well, I'm not going to say let's kick down the doors because that is unconstitutional. But if it calls for it, because we're not following the Constitution at that point anyways, okay. I support it. But from this point on, we got to start being rational. That's one part. Stop being dumb. Think for yourself. That's one part. The second part is you got people defending illegal immigrants, right? American people defending illegal immigrants, right? You're rallying up against ICE, right? Now, if you would choose to stop ignoring what illegal immigrants are doing and actually look at some of this stuff and try to rationalize, okay, maybe these criminals, some of these people that are criminals, they need to go first, right? They do need to get out of here first. The people that are saying, we're not going anywhere. We're going to fight to stay here. We're going to commit violence to stay in America. I have a problem with that. A lot of those people are taking jobs from American people. The jobs that we can't find, the jobs that we can't get, those people are taking them away. Think about that while you're protecting them. Think about why your mayors and stuff are building buildings and doing all these things to try to protect illegal immigrants. If you want them here so bad, you pay for them to be here then. let's let it hit your pockets and see how much you want them here. Let's let it hit your pockets. Since you want illegal immigrants here working side by side with you, taking your jobs and all those things, how about you help them get their visa? Help them go through the process, spend your money, and let them stay. Let them stay with you. Let them live with you. Bring them in your house. You feed them, clothe them, give them a job. You do that. And then I bet you very, very quickly you are going to change the way that you think. When it starts hitting your pockets. It's cool to rally behind hundreds of millions of people and say, oh, they need to stay here. They deserve to stay here. It's great to do that. So you're also saying that you agree with the violence that's going on in Chicago while they're harming ICE members and all these things because you just have just such a big love for illegal immigrants to stay in the country that you claim you love. So, you want to disobey the law, right? Because you want to make your own laws. Everybody's saying, okay, Donald Trump is a king. He's this, he's that, right? But you're disobeying the law by trying to protect these people. You're trying to protect people that wouldn't give a damn about you. They go to take your job. They do violence against the government, you, the American people, and you wouldn't give a damn because you're so brainwashed to run behind what's morally right when the whole shit is not right. It ain't right. They're here illegally. That's not right. Agree with it or not, it's not right. You want somebody to walk in your house and go sit on your couch, eat your food, be with your wife, watch your kids, and you didn't call for that? I don't think so. Or your husband, vice versa, whatever. I wouldn't think so. So while you idiots are running behind, putting a cloak and shield over them, spend your money on them. Spend your money. Spend your money to protect them. But tax-paying citizens like myself, I don't want to spend no more money protecting somebody that's going to take my job. We already got AI taking jobs. I don't want to spend any more money to help you take my job, and then once you get my job, you kick me to the... You don't care nothing about me. So, instead of supporting that, how about you think for a second? And then while you're over here talking about we're going to crash out on EBT and this and that for a month, you sound stupid. Get it together, people. Get it together. I'm not going against y'all. I'm speaking for us. For the American people, because that's where I live. I live in America. If I live anywhere else, I'd be speaking to that place. But what I live at is America, and I've lived here all my life, and I've had to pay my way all my life. Well, ever since I've been an adult, I've had to pay my way. Just like the rest of us American people. So I don't think it's right that people that are un-American get to come here and have a clean slate and be able to do all the things that we can't even do in our own country just because they're whatever. It doesn't make sense to me. If you're going to protest and you're going to rally and you're going to do something, make sure that it has a point and an actual purpose that's going to make a difference for the greater good. Stop committing violent acts thinking that's what we need to do. You're an idiot. You're making yourself look like an animal. You're making yourself look just like the illegal immigrants that Donald Trump and these people are wanting to get out of the country. And if you want to support them so bad, you leave with them. Leave with them. Or bring them into your house. That's all I got to say. Bring them into your house. Pay their way. Give them your job. You care so much. If you care so much, give them your job. Get them on at your place of business. All right then. I didn't think so. And it's like I don't know what's going on with people, and I don't know where your brains are at. I don't know if you left your brain. You went to this protest and you left your brain at the house. That's pretty much what happened. Because protesting, committing violence is not going to warrant Donald Trump being impeached from the office. I'm sorry to tell you, but y'all did that protest. Guess what? It ain't do shit. So it makes me angry that I'm seeing so many people of my American people out there for nothing, for no reason. My American people protecting the un-American people because you feel just in your heart it's so morally right. But if the shoe was on the other foot, they wouldn't give a damn about you. Because they had no problem taking your jobs. They got no problem coming out here building things that we could do. But American people are too lazy. They don't want to have that conversation. American people are so lazy, they don't want to work. And for the people that do want to work, we're pissed off. Because it's stupid. That we got all this division happening. Left wing, right wing, blah. They did it. But we can't never come together. And that's exactly what they want us to never be able to come together and be able to actually work something out. They don't want messages like this to come out and say, hey, people, I love you. I love my American people. I love all people. But all I want is for you to be able to do things the right way where you're not putting yourself in jeopardy. That's all. I'm speaking from a place of compassion, but I'm also speaking because I'm upset about it. And I know I'm not the only one. And if you happen to see this video, it's for you. So you can hear me out. So you can hear a voice of reason in these difficult times. And if you happen to see this and you like the message and you want to hear more messages like this, if you would be so kind to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we're going to be all right. But we got to get it together. I love y'all. I'm out.